In this video, I'm going to show you how we can use a regular wooden block and turn that into an exercise block. Now what we want to do is we're going to add a little color, and we're also going to give it a number or maybe a shape or a design. That way we can distinguish it from our other blocks. So a lot of exercises we can do with wooden blocks, so I'm going to make several here. In this situation I have some small blocks. These could be great for targets. These could be little hurdles for stepping over. I could also even just work on stacking and placing these in different orders. And so there's options I can do with the blocks. I can carry the blocks. I like to do a lot of exercises where we're walking and stepping, maybe doing exercises with our feet or our hands using the blocks. So let's get these set up and I'll show you what I mean by how we can differentiate them. This is a 1x4, you can use a 2x4, you could use a 2x6 or even a 2x8. Again, if you're using these especially for walking balance, I would start with a larger board, maybe a 2x6, and then maybe work yourself down to a 2x4 or even a 1x4, because you don't need to be high off the ground to get the reaction that we want in terms of our balance and stability. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do with these. I already have my tape pre-cut. I also pre-cut my wood. I just bought a block and I used my own saw to chop this. If you have access to a saw, be careful, but you can do this. Also, if you go to your local hardware store, sometimes some of the big ones, even some of the small ones, they'll actually cut the wood for you. One other recommendation, I would just sand everything down. Just give it a sand over on all the sides and then just around the edges so you don't have any sharp edges or you don't get splinters. If you're going to be using these with your hands, you don't want to splinter your hand when you're exercising. So this is what I like to do. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start off this one. This one's going to be our blue block. So I generally set up the block to have both a color and then maybe an icon. So I think in this situation we'll make the blue block number 1. And so just wrapping the block up. I'm going to do it on both ends with tape here. Okay. This is also nice if we have any kind of splinters or anything, kind of tape right over that there. Okay. Nice. So I have my blue block, and generally on all wood you're going to have a smooth side, you're going to have a cut side, and so what I'm going to do is on this smooth side here, I'm just going to put the number 1. Get number 1 on that. Okay. And now, I have my blue block. I also have my number 1 block. I'm going to go ahead and do something on this back side too, just because I'd like to. I have another option, and I'm going to set up the 1 block also as the square block, and so I'm going to have the option when I'm doing my exercises to maybe assign an exercise to where I'm trying to reach and touch for the blue block. Maybe I call it the square block. Maybe I call it the number 1 block. So I have a square, I have the number 1, I have my blue tape on it, and so essentially I have an exercise block. If I make a couple more of these, imagine I could have many different colors, different numbers, and maybe go up to 10. And so in this situation, I'm going to set up 4 of these, and so I'll have my 4 different colors, different numbers, and different shapes. So go ahead and watch and show you how we get that done. Awesome. So just a few minutes. Again, we took regular 2x4 block. I had it cut. I had to sand it down. I just threw a little tape on it on the edges here, and then threw on a number and a symbol on the back. So again, this can be something you can play with. You could essentially have entire blocks, set of alphabet blocks. I mean, you could have numbers 1 through 10. You could have somebody's name, where the block spell out the name and put in a certain order. And so now we have a puzzle. So again, think about the different things you can do with the block. I could stand on these, I could use these as a target, I could use these as a hurdle. I can also make larger blocks here for walking on, and essentially I'm going to do the same thing. Maybe I continue this order sequence, might change up the longer blocks, might just do them with just tape alone just so they have a color. Again, it's up to you how you want to set up your exercise blocks, but this is just another idea, another really affordable way. I already had the tape, I was doing my other projects, and so just a little bit more tape and a Sharpie here, and we're all set up with our exercise blocks. So I hope you like these. Again, share your designs with me. I want to see what you come up with. Show me your exercises, and I look forward to seeing more and sharing more with you. Thanks.